Welcome back to Arizona Home Tours. Today we're going to look at 4 gorgeous homes from Tri Pointe at a newer community in Santan Valley. Now they have some amazing incentives. I'm talking rates 3.99% for your first year and 4.99% for years 2 through 30, along with some great deals if you're building from scratch. I love this community. I love the price point. If you're looking to get into a gorgeous home, this is the tour for you, and I'll see you inside. Now, this first home we're looking at, this is the Sycamore model. Now, they have 3 different elevations: the Spanish, the desert, and the farmhouse. Now, sorry about the wind, but it is a nice, gorgeous Arizona day. Clear blue skies. This home was absolutely gorgeous. Almost 4,000 square feet. You get 5 to 6 bedrooms, 3 to 4 baths, and a 3-car garage. A ton of options here. And they have some crazy incentives going on right now. Let me get inside and continue on that. What I love about this is I love the flooring here at this model. I don't know if you can see, but nice, big, staggered tiles. It goes really well with kind of like the harder lines when you walk on in. Nice ceiling height, and just plenty of open space here. You can see right when we walk in here, you have some wall sconces with a tiled accent wall. And then you have a room to the right immediately upon entry, and that's where we're going to start this tour. Normally I go to the kitchen, but you know what? No more back and forth today. So here at the front of the home, we'll have our first bedroom. And a lot of options, like I said. Gen Smart Suite, bedroom 6 replaces the flex space, extended covered outdoor living, 36-inch cooktop, double oven. Again, a lot to love about this home. And they're also offering a 2-1 buy down. Obviously, if you qualify using their lender, where year 1, you're looking at a 3.99% interest rate. And then years 2 through 30, you're at 4.99. So again, a lot of my clients go new build because of, not just the only reason, but it's a nice perk of getting those incentives that the builder is offering. Now, and those are on quick move-ins only. If you don't want a quick move-in, you're like, you know what, I want to build my own. They're offering up to $40,000 for the new build. Now, $10,000 of that at least does have to be used towards the financing. So use that to buy down your rate, which I don't know why you want it, unless if maybe you're paying cash, but use it towards closing costs. You can use it to get the purchase price down. But that's if you're doing new build. So if you're doing new build, up to 40. If you want a quick move-in, which they have quite a few of them. I have in my hand the list of them, which is a little bit different from what's on their website, but they're offering that great interest rate. And I don't know when, I wish I did know. I don't know when rates are going to be back down to, 5-4%. So if you can get year 1 at 3.99 and years 2 through 30 at 4.99, could potentially save you thousands of dollars. Love how open this is. And the base price of this home, let me pull that up here real quick, is, what do you think? What do you think the base price is going to be? And no, I'm not buying time to find it on my paper. The base price, $643 for the Spanish, $644 for the desert, and $650 for the farmhouse. And they have some farmhouse available right now. Final price of $770,000. And that includes over $100,000 in upgrades. And there's more incentives on that, and it's just way too long to read. So if you want some more info on that quick move-in, just let me know. But it kind of goes to show, like, depending on your options and upgrades of how much your final price is going to be. Here's one thing I absolutely love about this, that corner door. Now, other builders, and you may have seen it on this channel, where this pillar is gone and it's meeting door to door, and that is usually a pretty expensive upgrade. But I love this setup. If I can't have that, this works well too. And we'll go outside here in just a moment. But I love just the amount of light it brings into this home. Nice and big open living room and great ceiling height. Plenty of windows here too. And I like that it doesn't go kitchen, dining, living room, where they're all kind of stacked in the same line. And that's my own personal taste. It's just not my favorite look. It's like it's a little bit separated. So here they have this kind of like a flex room, office space, whatever you want to use that for. Maybe some people might use it as their formal dining area. And this is, again, from a Tri Pointe Homes. And this community's only been open for a few months. We're out in Santan Valley, in an area that we're seeing a lot of growth in. Now that will take you to the garage, which is locked because models, that's pretty standard. Here under the stairs, plenty of storage here. Now I love the selections they've made with the light gray walls, flooring, and then the dark hardware, along with the brown cabinetry. Now check out this massive island. Plenty of lighting in here. It'll be interesting to see, so what some of these finished homes look like. And if you want me to go through the quick move-ins, just send me a message and I will go shoot a video there if you're interested, instead of just seeing what these done up models look like. I do love this big island. Did a really good job of matching both sides. You can see like a little seam here, and it's pretty good. I've seen a lot of builds where they do not do a great job of matching those pieces together. And one more shot looking at your living room, dining area, and then office space. I want to spend a little bit more time in the kitchen here. So I love that you have a room under that island for sitting. I assume that's probably where, if I were buying this house, that's probably where most of my time would be, sitting, hanging out in the kitchen. Soft close doors on cabinets. Same for the drawers. Nice 5-burner gas cooktop. Tile backsplash. And I love the exposed shelves. You have some under cabinet lighting right under the microwave. Good microwave height too. Always a plus. And back towards the rear of the kitchen, you have a little coffee area, prep station, and into finally a good sized pantry. And this is the Sycamore model, and there are 2 different collections out here. And we're going to be looking at another model today. You know what? And then I'm probably going to do the other 2 from a different collection for the following video. I don't want this video to be too long with 4 different model homes. And they're also different price points, offering some different things. So one more look here, and then we're going to go upstairs and I'll show you the outdoor living space. So let's pop on up these stairs. Nice wide stairway. And here's your loft area. A lot of room up here. I'm not going to say the builder, but it was very similar, however, much, much smaller. But also about $200,000 less. So I love all the storage here, the bench seating, if you want to sit there. And now I assume that is going to be a bonus. Same for these plantation shutters. I love how easily they open and close. Great for cleaning. And just the perfect ceiling height here. Really gives it that much more of an open feeling. Makes the room feel much larger than it is. And the room isn't small by any means. We'll give you one more kind of pan around. So there's your primary bedroom, and we'll go in there here in a moment, but I want to keep on this path. So we're going to go back to the corner here, check out this bedroom, so you can really get a good idea of these bedroom sizes, which I'm so far impressed with. Not, afterthoughts. It's actually a bedroom that you can have your stuff in. Plenty of lighting here too, with the ceiling, the middle mount, and then the 4 corner lights. It's your walk-in closet. For a spare bedroom, plenty of room there. Look right. You have your laundry room. I'm sorry, bathroom. Have a, I've seen this style floor, but usually it's in a gray, not this kind of brown copper color. And this tile almost looks like pennies. You have your shower a tub combo with a marble surround. Kind of a shallow tub. But if they're thinking, maybe kids will use this more, that might be the reason why. A good option. Hello. And into your next bedroom. So a lot of people wonder, like, well, how are the builders able to offer these low rates? Well, they're not losing money, I'll tell you that much. So it's almost like a loss leader. Well, hey, we'll get the buyers in, we'll lose money on the rate, but we're going to sell the home. And I mean, there's more to it than that, but that's where a lot of clients are going, a lot of people are moving to, is, especially people relocating here, and just with the cost of single family resale being so expensive, for a lot of people, new build is their best option. I'm not saying it's the only option. If you want a specific type of home, or you want a specific neighborhood, or maybe you want a home that has a finished backyard already, you don't want to do that, you want the budget for that, that would definitely be a reason why I would not go new build. But if I'm looking to save on that rate, get a brand new home, especially in a newer community, that is why I would look at the new builds. And I like this floor doesn't creak. I was at a builder over in Queen Creek, and it's been a minute, but that second level, and I knew it was the model, so it wasn't like it was the one they're selling today, but oof, it was rough. So definitely something I would have, when that home was getting ready to be purchased, would want that fixed. So you can see a lot of empty lots over there. Great views of the mountains from this bedroom. And for the primary bedroom, I mean, it's pretty basic, nothing crazy, just pretty standard. I don't want to say it's forgettable, but it's not memorable. And I don't mean that in a negative way, it's just a bedroom. Overall, though, this is a beautiful home, great space. I like Tri Pointe. I've featured Tri Pointe on this channel before, over at Waterston and Gilbert, and also some of the other communities here. But they really do produce a good product. But like I always say, make sure you get that home inspection. 100% worth it. And if you want to tell me the reasons why you don't want one, I will argue with you. Protect your investment. CYA. We're still in the primary bedroom, in case you're wondering. This bedroom, again, it's not a small space by any means. Again, the home itself isn't small, with almost 4,000 square feet. Plenty of room here in this walk-in closet. A couple of windows for some natural light, 3 recessed lights. I think I have someone coming in, so I apologize. So we're going to keep on making our way around, and then we're going to head outside. One more looking back at that the loft. Sorry about that. All right, let's go outside and I'll show you what these lots look like. Now this has got the extended patio, which is always a plus. And again, your backyard won't be this nice if you buy a quick move-in or a new home. It's going to be dirt, so you have to do this all yourself. Now some builders do offer like some rock, 3 trees, something like that. But just really give you an idea, representation, maybe a little inspiration of how you could have your backyard. For me, way too many rocks back here. Who the heck's going to use all this? I mean, it looks nice, but my dog would not appreciate all of the unusable room back here. But really looks great. So we're gonna head next door here in a second. Just want to give you one more look at this beautiful property. All right, let's go next door. Next up, we have the Aspen. Now, this home starts at $558 for the Spanish, $560 for the desert, $570 for the farmhouse. Now, you can get this home around 2,600 square feet, 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a 3-car garage. So right there would be your garage. It's currently the sales office. Just gonna give you an idea of what that looks like. I love the entrance to this home, especially with the pavers leading up to the covered area to your front door. A lot of options and configurations for this bedroom for this home as well. And like I mentioned before, they have quite a few quick move-ins. So if that's what you're looking for and you want that list, just shoot me a message and I'll get the most up-to-date list over to you. Now take a look at the ceiling. A little bit different than what we've seen at some of the others. So when you walk in, you have the garage to the left, laundry, a bathroom. Don't worry, we'll go there. And then again, at the front of the home, living space and bedrooms. So we're gonna start that way. So just for a point of reference, there's the door we came into, and taking a right, we went to, it's kind of this flex room. Really great space, and also another home with great ceiling height. And I love the look of the flooring. Everything here is just so bright and clean feeling. I think I'm done with the dark woods, the dark cabinets. Now this first bedroom, looking at plenty of room here. Plenty of room for dressers, end tables, your things, closet space. Has a little bit to be desired. Just a standard sliding door with clothes rack. But you have plenty of room for a big dresser if you need one. And here we have your first full bathroom. So to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to see in the kitchen with the dark hardware, gray cabinets, and that dark kind of slate color of a countertop. Here we have a little bit more of a polished tile in the shower. Keeping on that trend with the dark hardware in a big fiberglass tub. And here's your linen closet. And we're going to keep on going and take another right into the next bedroom. Feels me a little bit smaller than the last one we were just at. But I love the ceiling height here. This one is also wired for speakers, which honestly I hate when they're pumping music through it, but they don't ask me my opinion. This one's set up Taylor Swift theme. My daughters would love that. All right, continuing on. So like I said, that will take you to the garage, which is currently the sales office. And we also have bedroom 3 right here. So right when you walk in the home, you get 3 bedrooms pretty quickly upon entry. Again, the prior cop in me always thinks, you know, safety, security, especially with daughters, like, all right, where are the bedrooms at in the home? That kind of thing. So it's, you know, those are things that go through my head when I'm looking at a home. So Jim, just you do your own research and do what you need to do there. This community is gated, which is also a plus, at least regarding security. Here's your laundry room, utility sink, a little bit of storage. Nothing crazy there. And then your first bathroom. What do you think of the flooring here? Like it? Hate it? I don't like it. I do like the tile in the shower though, especially that light gray throughout with the matte finish on the white tiles with the dark hardware, and then the tile floor. Love seeing that compared to the surrounds. All right, then we have another kind of flex office room here. Beautiful shelving. Love the color selection there. Not so sure about the kind of cabinet or the countertops we've seen so far, but I do like that gray color of the cabinetry, especially with the dark hardware or the black hardware with the lighting. Works really well together. And if you want to see the final price of what's available in this floor plan, again, just shoot me a message and I'll get the most up-to-date info over to you. They have quite a few available. And yeah, with those incentives of getting those low rates, definitely something I would be considering if I was looking to move out here versus a brand new built from scratch home. So give you a little overview. I love how open this is. So here at the base of the island, you can tell it's kind of a very, very dark blue and some light almost black. But it looks great. Same for the backsplash here. You're picking up different colors that we've already seen throughout the home, and especially the under cabinet lighting. It flows. It looks nice together. But let's go into the living room before we really get into the kitchen. Nice big space, beautiful accent wall, especially with those plantation shutters. Sliding windows here, and I like that there's a ledge, and so it's really flush against the wall. Now this is a single-story home, so your lot is going to be taken up by more of the home than the two-story we saw. But overall, I don't feel like the lots are postage stamp size like some builds. Now, if this home were in Gilbert, say in Waterston, you would definitely be paying considerably more for it compared to what they're asking now. So back into the kitchen, I like that your cabinets go all the way to the ceiling. Here to your pantry. Not massive, but still plenty of room in here. And it kind of has that farmhouse feel. You can see from the flooring, some of the wall accents, to the farmhouse style sink, and you have your kind of a gold faucet. And then offset of the kitchen, you have your dining space with your sliding door here. So this is a little bit of a unique door where it can open from either side. You could slide all these in and stack them, or you can also open here, at least. But my hands are a little full, so I'm just gonna go for this side. And we'll go out there here in a moment, but I just wanted to address that. I love these will all stack and really open that space up. But let's pop into the primary bedroom before we head outside. Now this bedroom feels a little bit smaller than the last home, but I like it better. Maybe it's because it's on the ground level. Maybe it's the color selection. But it just feels a little bit more comfortable. And then, true to Arizona fashion, no door here into your bathroom, but and you put your sliding door in there if you wanted one. You have a toilet to the right, and you have a dual sink. Not a huge sink space. That's important to you. And again, you have the kind of the gold accents of the mirrors that we saw, at the kitchen faucet. A lot of glass. Walking into the shower, so you have the rain shower overhead. I don't want to turn that on. A nice tile floor. Here's your closet space. Pretty standard, if there is such a thing. And when I say that, just know, not small, not large, but plenty of room here. What do you think about the carpet selection? It's a little bit different. Again, it's picking up a lot of the colors that we've seen throughout the home. And the same as what we see in there. There's a lot going on, I'll say that, with a lot of the different colors of the flooring. And it's this tile to that tile. If I'm being honest, it's, I don't know. Maybe it would have to grow on me, that carpet. It's not my favorite. And we have, again, similar colors that we've already seen out here onto the patio. This is a couple of lights out here and a ceiling fan. And this one they've done, pretty basic. And this is the model, so don't look at this like, oh, I would not do my backyard like that. I mean, you don't have to, but just to kind of give you an idea of what's possible and show you really the size of the backyard. You also have plenty of room over here on the side. So we're at Tri Pointe again. This is Lucent at Terraza. Now there are two different collections. This is Lucent, a little bit more of a narrow home, a little smaller, a little bit lower on the price point compared to the other, the Solstice. Let's go ahead and go on in. Now this is the Estrella plan, a little around 3,000 square feet. Get that door shut. As soon as you walk in, there's beautiful walls, great flooring, and plenty of lighting here. And we're gonna immediately look left. Now this home starts at $540 for the Spanish, $541 for the desert, and $548 for the farmhouse. Offering some great incentives out here too. Up to $40,000 off on the quick move-ins. I'm sorry, on the new builds. And on the quick move-ins, you can also get a great 2-1 buy down. 3.99 for your first year and 4.99 for years 2 through 30. And here's your first bathroom. Nice shower, dark frame with kind of a brass gold hardware. And kind of a unique tile that works really well together. Now this home, again, around 3,000 square feet, 5 beds, 3 baths, and a 3-car garage. A lot of options here. It is a 2-story home, and we'll be heading up those stairs here momentarily. Now here's what I absolutely love about it. How open this property is. And it's dual, kind of a sliding doors area. I love the contrast with the dark blue cabinets, the light countertops, and backsplash. I'm looking right now to see if there are any quick move-ins available. This give you an idea what that final price is. So there is. So right now there's 1, 2, and they're in the low mid 600s. So if you're looking to spend that, again, then think about the incentives to go along with it. So I'm going to head back to the kitchen and really kind of show you a little bit more of the details here. From over to this area, it's kind of, again, I like some of the features Tri Pointe does with their new builds. Aristocraft cabinetry, soft closed doors here. I like the exposed shelves. Not a large pantry, but I bet it's bigger than what you thought it was going to be. They're really taking advantage of that space under the stairs. Under cabinet lighting. And the blue and gold combo is one of my favorites. Now, I don't know if that's going to, be in style forever, but personally, I love it. I love when I see it, especially with the lighter color countertops. You have some cabinets here with the glass doors. and plenty of storage space. We're going to use this for plantation shutters. And we'll go outside here in a moment to show you that lot. And the smallest lots are going to be around 6,000 square feet. But they really have a good mix and match. Now, I know I said I was going to do 2 YouTube videos because I showed 4 homes out here. There's 2 different collections, but I'm going to put this all in one video. So if you're wondering, why isn't this a separate video? Well, honestly, I don't want to be confusing since we're really talking about the same neighborhood. These models are right across the street from each other, and the homes really mix and match in the neighborhood. And they have over, I think, 150 home sites out here. So it's not like some where they're very separated by this collection is here, the other collection's there. They really do a good job of mixing everything together. But you have a lot of different options to choose from when it comes to the floor plan, the layout, the designs. Now they only have 2 models of each collection, so I'm not able to show all. But if you want the details and the specs of the other floor plans, let me know. And then I'll go through some of the homes that are under construction or finish the quick move-ins and get you videos of those if you're interested. But again, just kind of take a minute to appreciate just how open this is. And it's funny, I was just doing a little bit of digging. I know we're in Santan Valley, not in Gilbert, but I live in Gilbert. So I was like, well, what was the median price in Gilbert back in 2019 before everything really took off? And it was, right around $350. I'm like, well, what is the median price now in Gilbert? And it's $699. And rates are much higher than they were then. So it's pretty wild. So again, we're in Santan Valley. If this were in Gilbert, you'd be spending a lot more money. So here's your first bedroom. And I know we already went to the bathroom up front when we came in here. All right, now we're going to head on upstairs. So for those of you unfamiliar with where this is, it's Santan Valley. It really blends into kind of Queen Creek, and it's a little more spread out, but you're still close to shops, restaurants, and a lot of development is heading this direction. I've had clients who moved to here who were thinking about moving to Gilbert, thought they wanted Gilbert, and then when they saw what their money got them in Gilbert, they decided, we want more. It's not quite what we were thinking we could get for our dollar. And then they ended up in Santan Valley. And you can, with so much, again, like development, new construction heading this way, it's becoming more and more common. Matter of fact, I've sold more homes, I think, in Santan Valley than I have in Gilbert. But I get it. I mean, Gilbert is very popular, highly desired, and builders know that, and it just draws a bigger price tag. But this is still, like I said, I live in Gilbert, and this is 20 minutes from my house. You're still close to Queen Creek, still close to hiking, the trails. That's the other thing about this neighborhood. There's walking paths. There are a dog park. There's no pool here, but there's playgrounds. So just, a nice community. I think that's one thing. It'd be nice if it did have that pool, but they don't. And it's Tri Pointe is the only builder out here at Terraza. One more look at that kind of loft area. We're gonna keep on making our way through. And really nicely done bathroom. From the flooring to the same type of cabinet countertop we saw in the kitchen. And you have your fiberglass surround. Now this bedroom is really good size. Plenty of lights here as well. Other great views from the mountains. I absolutely love living here. I don't know if you're watching this and you live somewhere else and you're wondering like what's it like to live here. So I came from Central Illinois, and if you've heard me tell this story before, I apologize. But a lot of folks are new to the channel. But yeah, moved here from Central Illinois, cornfields, not much going on, and it's just a nice change of pace. That is for sure. I love just the 300 plus days of sunshine. There's always something to do. If you're into health and fitness, a million ways to get some activity in. And same for like healthy options for eating. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. I think next, if I ever moved, I would definitely need to have mountains around and or the ocean. I mean, I like Central Illinois because it's where I was born and raised and where I grew up, family, friends, everything else. But there's no way I would ever move back. I'll go visit, but not going to move back. Enough about me. Now this closet is massive, really. Feels much larger than I was anticipating for the size and price point of the home. Nice heavy glass door. Nice to see that and not just some thin, flimsy door. And a really good footprint here in the shower too. And hopefully with the music playing, it doesn't cause YouTube to mute my audio. I guess if you're hearing this, it doesn't. But sometimes they do that. So sometimes I'll have to do a voiceover after the fact because the builders will have the music so loud. And then YouTube doesn't like that. So I want to get out of there. Now let's go outside so I can show you what this lot looks like. And my favorite part of the home, dual sliders, especially on these beautiful Arizona days and nights. Oh shit. Apparently I'm not supposed to open that. My fault. Let me see. All right, there we go. I bypassed it. We're gonna leave that in the video. My bad. I've never seen that before. So maybe if you have young children and you want that on your pool door, you have that on there. It's always something. So here's a good representation of the lot. It's not what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a piece of dirt. You have to put this in yourself. But beautiful home, beautiful property. Let's go check out the last home on this tour. Now, this last one, this is the Hopkins, one of the lower price ones. Not the lowest, but the lowest one we'll see on this tour. And it starts at $489 for the Spanish, $494 for the desert, and $496 for the farmhouse. Now, this home is a little over 2,200 square feet. You get 4 beds, 2.5 to 3 baths, and a 2-car garage. Again, with a ton of options. And don't forget all the incentives I've already mentioned about 1,000 times. So let's go ahead, head inside, and just take a look. Hopefully there's no alarms to go off on this one. So this one, kind of meet here at the corner right when you walk in. You go left to some bedrooms, or right to the kitchen, living. So we're gonna go left, and then we're gonna go to the kitchen and everything here momentarily. So continuing down the hall, we have your first spare bedroom that we're looking at on this tour of this home, and it is small. It's a small bedroom. That's what it is, but it's not the tiniest bedroom I've been on this channel. At least they have a dresser in here. It's just not a big bedroom. Bigger than the room I had in college, bigger than the room I probably had in my house growing up as a child. But compared to the others we've seen so far, not huge. This one feels a little bigger, but honestly, pretty much the same. Plenty of lights coming here, great ceiling height, which is a plus. Bedrooms are carpeted. Now, a lot of times builders, you see the ceiling fixture, it'll just be ceiling lights in there. Sometimes it's nothing. It's just mounted for lighting. And that absolutely drives me crazy. Like, at the very least, put some lights in. So keep that in mind when you're buying a quick move-in. Get the details. And if I'm helping you, obviously we'll know exactly what's going on in the home. But sometimes these quick move-ins won't have that. That'd be something I would ask for, unless you want to do it after the fact. But who the heck wants a bedroom that you have to put lights in after you buy it? Nice tiled shower, along with similar tile that we saw, just a different color in the other home. Spare or half bathroom. So this one has the kitchen, dining, living combo. Yeah, a little bit smaller, a little bit less money than some of the others we've seen. Now, if you're looking to get in a home out here for under 500, they do have that available. So again, in the quick move-ins, homes that are available, they just gave me the whole list. If you want that, just reach out to me and I'll send it over to you. And don't forget the incentives that they are offering. So I can see this being a very popular community for a lot of reasons. One, Tri Pointe, they do a great job. They have a lot of different variety out here and price points. And even on the lower price homes compared to the expensive, you still get nice features. So I do love how open this is. Let's go into the kitchen. Great big island. Sitting right here up to it. Nice deep farmhouse style sink. You have your light brown cabinetry with your dark hardware, along with your light colored tile flooring and the light colored square tiled backsplash with your under cabinet lighting, something that's pretty much given a standard. And this model, they've put the soft closed doors, craft cabinets. Here's your pantry. Again, larger than I was expecting. And it even smells new. Like I said, this community has only been open for a few months. So getting in early to the community, at least in my experience of what I've seen, is typically a good thing because pricing usually tends to increase here. So I'm going to give you a little more frame of reference. So we came in off the kitchen. That's going to take you to the primary bedroom. Then when you go left, you kind of have a little office setup. Kind of a neat little feature, depending on what you use it for. Now let's go into the primary. Then we're going to go outside. I'm a little gun shy now to open doors. So we walk right past that bath and we'll go in here in a moment. Love the ceiling. Again, adding a little bit more depth to the room. I like that this room is tiled and not carpeted. Now, how do you feel about tile in a bedroom, or would you like carpet? This one they did put a rug down. And I love the door here. Again, for security reasons, I could see some people not wanting that. For myself, I like it, especially if I had a pool. I would definitely want that. And into your bathroom. Dual sink. I like the lighting choices they've chosen. We'll see the shower here in a moment. Into your walk-in closet. Plenty of room here. And now, if for any of you looking to get into a new home, if you're not sure of the process or what the steps are, first thing is to contact me if you want to work with me, or if you have questions even. Contact me. We'll set up a call or Zoom meeting and just kind of go over the whole process of what it looks like buying a new home. You know, if you reach out to the builder first, then chances are they're not going to allow me to enter into the process to help you. And here is your backyard. It's a little bit of a smaller lot compared to the other homes we've seen, and smaller than the one we saw next door because it's a single story. But beautiful property and a great community. That wraps up today's tour. What questions do you have? Make sure you follow me over on Instagram. And if you have any questions, you want some more info, you want the list of quick move-in and available homes, reach out to me. Either call, text, email, or direct message over on Instagram. And more importantly, watch that next tour, and I'll see you next time.